Hey, it's Mr. Johns. Welcome to this first episode of Sketchup for 3D Design. I am excited, maybe more excited than some of you are. I know that this is a project, this is a unit in tech class that not everybody loves because maybe you had a bad experience in the past. Maybe it was too complicated for you as a seventh grader. Um, or you weren't paying attention when you should have, and so it was confusing. It's really quite easy. So I'm just going to ask that you please lock in and pay attention and just walk through the steps here. And once you get it and it's easy, it actually becomes much more fun. I use this all the time just when I want to play around with designing something. So it is a design program, and just about everything in our world is 3D designed now. It's a great way to design something and look at it and change it before you make it, before you manufacture it in the real world. So, but on a personal level, you can use it to design little trinkets, little keychains, little fun things that you can 3D print. You can use it to make things like brackets and bookshelves and phone cases and useful things as well. But also just to see things in 3D. So tree houses, bird houses, forts, sheds, houses, cabins, just about anything that you can imagine you can 3D design. So here we're looking at SketchUp Online, and this is the screen. Just remember, there is no ground and there is no sky. That is only there to give our human brains some comfort. Otherwise, it looks like you're floating in space, which is not comfortable. It's not normal for us. So that's, and you can change this, but we'll get to that later. For now, we're going to leave ground and sky. And also this guy, his name is Ty. So I don't think I can, sometimes when I roll my mouse over him, it pops up. I know his name is Ty because when I highlight him and go to entity info, it says his name is Ty right there. So SketchUp, this is a guy who works for SketchUp. Every year this figure changes, and it's a different person who works for the company. He's there to tell us that, hey, this is about 6 feet tall. So that is very, very important. So don't delete him because we need to know what 6 foot tall is, 6 feet tall. All right, so we're going to go through some basics today. That's it. You're going to follow along. Your assignment is to send me a screenshot of what I do on my screen. You're going to do the same thing on your screen. So Chromebook, you will need a mouse. So if you have not grabbed a mouse, grab one. The mouse is probably the most valuable tool that you'll use in 3D design. So you notice that up here in this upper left corner, I've got 3 lines. This is basically like the file, the word file in most programs. File open, file save, file export, file download, and sure enough, most of those options are here. So that's when I say go to the 3 lines or go to file, that's what I mean. Right now this is not titled, so I would recommend you just click it once. It's going to bring you to probably just this location. This is the SketchUp Online server, and you double click it, and it's going to bring up anything that I've created or saved in the past, which is all kinds of stuff. You can create new folders if you want to organize stuff, or if you just want to dump it. Mine's getting pretty out of control. I probably need to make some folders and clean this place up. So right now, just remind yourself what I'm doing is saving it. So give this a name. This is going to be, well, you can name it whatever you want. This is going to be Tech 8 Tutorial 1. That's what I'm going to call it. You could call it that too. And I'm going to click on save here. So now give this about 10 seconds. This will pop up and say Tech 8 Tutorial 1. It's saved. So pay attention to that word saved. If you ever see it blue and it says saving, don't do anything, let it save. It will auto save on occasion. I always, no matter what, even if it says saved, I always go to, when I'm done, I go to 3 lines, save as, and just resave it. Okay. Um, so, the other things up here, this is if you want to present something, which we won't need that. This is if you want to share it. And when you click that, it basically, you can turn this on and it's going to give you the option to copy and then email that to me. So the difference between a screenshot and shared is a screenshot, I can only see the screenshot, right? I can't do anything with it. The shared link, I actually can go into your Sketchup file and I can rotate around and look at it and zoom in, zoom out. I can't change it. It's just a shared file, but I can view it. So some assignments I will need to be able to do that. Other assignments I just need a screenshot, and I will let you know which is which. Okay. So let's talk about moving around on the screen, because that's probably the most important thing. And remember, baby steps here. Pay attention. Don't get ahead. I think most of the people who don't like SketchUp in my classes are those who start doing things. They start messing around and clicking on all these different things and like, oh, what does this do? What does that do? And then in the meantime, they're supposed to be listening or watching a video like this, and they miss 3 steps and they're behind. Then they don't know how to do 3 steps and it's overwhelming to them. So don't let that happen. So it's an easy program, but you have to learn it step by step. So moving around on the screen, the mouse wheel, zoom in, zoom out. So that's why we need a mouse. There are other ways to zoom in, zoom out. Actually, I don't even know what they are because I always use a mouse. I know on your touchpad you could probably make it do that by pinching or whatever, but mouse wheel, zoom in, zoom out. If you push down on the mouse wheel, and a good mouse, that is also a button, that becomes orbit. Orbit is how you look around, spin the screen, look around different sides of your object. Now this guy, Ty, he's 2D. He's just there to be 6 feet tall, that's all. He is also set up to always look at you. It's a little creepy, but he keeps looking at you no matter what you do. But normally if this was a 3D shape or an object, you could look around the side, the back, the top, the bottom, by pushing down on the mouse wheel. So the most important tools are built into the mouse. So we got zoom, we have orbit, and then if you hold down the shift key on your keyboard and the mouse wheel, this is called pan. So super useful, because if I have a shape here, but I need to make something else, but there's no room, I can just slide it over and then do it here. So the combination of zooming, orbiting, and shift mouse panning, pretty much all you need to know for moving around on the screen. Pretty cool. Okay, so that's it for movement. Let's just say this too. If let's practice something. Hold down the shift key, and I want you to pan the guy, Ty, way off to the side so you can't see him. Then zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom, 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 zoom. Does it look like I'm zooming? No, but I am zooming. So just keep zooming, 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 and then move again more to the left or away. Okay, and then zoom in more. Zoom, 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 zoom. Okay, now where is your, see if you can go find Ty. Oh, there he is, way over there. There he is. But let's say you can't find him. Let's say I went so far away, I can't find, where am, and you just, okay, now go ahead and orbit around. Oh, I found him again. So I'm trying not to find him. Try to make it so you can't see where he is. My whole point is do this. Watch what I do here. These are the main tools on the toolbar here, but there are more. So if you click on the three dots, it brings up all the tools. Okay. And by the way, you can actually, let me show you something. You can reorganize these if you want. Like I try to leave the top, like I don't use the eraser tool very often. I could probably even dump that over here. So you can drag and drop tools from over here to over here. And then you can also put them in order of the ones on the top that you use the most often. It's nice to put those up there. So just kind of a note about the tools. But what we want to do is find this one right here. So it's the magnifying glass with the three red arrows. It's called Zoom Extents. You may have heard me call this the Find My Stuff tool. So if I say, hey, click on the Find My Stuff tool, that's what I mean. Zoom Extents. So click it. Go ahead and click it once. Boink. So what it does is it zooms in automatically as close as it can to everything on the screen. So depending on what you have on your screen, it will zoom in as close as it can. Okay? So the reason I call it the Find My Stuff tool is because you might get lost. You might be doing something and then accidentally zoom out, and it's just like, oh no, where am I? You just go click the Find My Stuff tool. Okay, so I wanted to show you that. All right, so let's take a look at Ty. If you click him once and then hit the delete key on your keyboard, that's how you delete something. You select it and then you hit the delete key. Go ahead and do Control Z, undo. Now hit Control Y, redo. Then hit Control Z again, undo. So get familiar with that. I make mistakes in SketchUp all the time, or something doesn't work. I accidentally delete something. I just Control Z. And yes, you can go Control Z, 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 Z. You can go back a certain number of steps. I'm not sure how many, but sometimes I have to go back as far as I can because I don't want to start over. Okay. All right, let's take a look at tools. Very simple. And then you remember, your screen has to look like my screen, roughly, right? So this top, now your tools, because I've already reorganized my tools like this, yours are not going to look like mine. I can promise you that. So when I say go find a tool, if it's not here, click on the three dots and go find it. Okay? Let's start with the arrow tool. This is just the select tool. You can either click something once and you can always hit escape. So, I don't think it works with that one. You can click on something or you can drag a box around something. Okay? Now in this case, Ty is just one piece. That's not the norm. That's not usual in SketchUp. Normally he would be probably 50 pieces, if not 100. There's every single part, every piece of him would be a separate shape, like his beard to be one thing, his face, his ear, his neck, even the dinosaur, the arms separate. Everything that's a separate shape is a separate thing in SketchUp. So Ty is the exception. He's just there to be 6 feet tall. That's it, okay? And to show us he likes dinosaurs and ukuleles. We're going to leave him there because we need to keep an eye on the size of things. Find the pencil tool and click it. And I'm going to show you something. So go ahead and do this with me. Just click somewhere over here on the right side. You could do it anywhere, but I tend to like to design opposite of Ty. I want you to click once and let go, and then roll your mouse up. If you see a blue line, that means it is parallel to this blue line. If it's green, see if I can get it green, there we go. It's parallel to the green line. If it's red, it's parallel to the red line. So what are those lines? Well, the solid blue line goes exactly up. The dotted blue line goes exactly down. The solid green line goes north. The dotted green line goes south. The solid red line goes east. And the dotted red line goes west. So that's important to know because most of the time you will be designing something that's fairly straight. SketchUp is best at square, straight objects, architecture, buildings, things that are flat or square, not rounded. You can do rounded, but this program is not the best at like smooth shapes. I would probably suggest a different program for that, like Onshape is one. But for now, we're doing architecture and we're designing things that we can do in SketchUp. So, all right, the pencil. So I want you to draw a line that goes straight up. If it's black, even if it looks like it's straight up, if it's black, it's not. So it's got to be blue. Okay, 3D design is deceiving. Depending on where you are and your view, your angle, it could look straight up, but it's actually flat. It's very strange. So you have to trust the colors. So I would like you to draw a line that's straight up, blue, and then click. How tall? I don't know. Make it about the size of Ty if you can. About. It doesn't have to be, mine's short. Mine's probably 5 feet tall. So somewhere, I'm just saying somewhere in the range of him. 5 to 6 feet tall is fine. Or let's say 5 to 7, fine. Now, I want you to draw, notice that it wants me to keep drawing. Well, what if I don't want to keep drawing? Hit escape. So try that. Hit escape on your keyboard. Because maybe you want to start drawing on a different location. SketchUp is really smart. It likes to guess what you're going to do next. So when I just roll my mouse next to this thing, it shows me, hey, do you want to draw a line that goes parallel to the red? Over here, hey, do you want to draw a line that goes green? Hey, do you want to keep going up? It's really cool, and that's very useful. So what we want to do is draw one that goes red. So first of all, I have to click on the top of that line to continue now and see how it's red. Make sure it's not black. Make sure it's not green. Make sure it's red. And even though this may not look like it's parallel, it is parallel to the red. So I want you to go over and about what you think a square would be. So it's about the same height as this one. And there's ways to do this, by the way, but I just want you to guess about that. Click. And then I want you to hit escape. And then I want you to use your mouse wheel. Hold your mouse wheel down to orbit. And I want you to just take a look at what you just drew. Okay? It's just 2 lines. One's going straight up, one's going straight east. Now, back to the pencil tool. Oh, pencil tool. It was already on the pencil tool. Click on the end of that, and I want you to go straight down blue. And here's another example of how SketchUp is so smart. It's going to, when you roll your mouse down, it's going to say, hey, ding, 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 you are even with the dot on the other side. Do you want to stop here? I do, actually, so click. Okay. Now, in this case, I'm not going to hit escape. I'm just going to roll my mouse to the left, and now I'm going west. It's still solid because I'm on the. I don't want to be confusing. It's still a solid red line because we're on this side of the red line, not over where Ty is, where it turns into a dotted red line. That doesn't matter. I want you to roll your mouse until it is a green dot. See how it. If you're, I'm going to zoom in. If I stop early, it's nothing. If I go too far, it's nothing. I can click there, by the way. I'll go ahead and do that. See? But the line went too long. I'm going to hit Control Z twice. And notice what happened? It was a solid white because it was a square. Now it's not. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to click and click. When you make a solid shape, in this case, a pretty good looking square, I think, if I say so myself. If I don't say so myself, I think that's the saying. That's a weird saying. If I don't say so myself, it's a good square. So it's a solid shape, so it gave me a fill, a solid color. If it doesn't turn solid, it means your lines were not lined up. They did not connect. I can rotate around and see, yep, sure enough, it is a square. And guess what? The inside of the square, or the other side, is blue. I call it blue. This side is white. It might be gray, but it's kind of a bluish, so I'm going to call it blue. The outside of a shape in SketchUp is white. The inside is blue. Okay. So what we just did is we made a square. It's vertical, standing straight up, just like Ty. Okay. Next, I want you to find the rectangle tool. Looks like this. And if you roll your mouse over it, it says rectangle. Okay. And the shortcut, by the way, is R for rectangle. There are shortcuts to everything. I tend to not use the shortcuts. I just click on my tools. Okay. I want you to draw on the ground over also in this area. Stay close to it. And also don't draw on top of it or underneath of the first shape. That just complicates it. So I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to draw somewhere over here. So click and let go. Click, let go. My hands are off the mouse right now. And then I want you to make a flat square about the same size as the white square, the vertical one we just did. And I can hold down my mouse wheel and rotate a little bit, orbit, and you can see it looks like it's a square from here, but when I orbit, it's really a rectangle. So I haven't clicked yet to place it. So I just wanted, and I can also looking straight down. Shift to pan, mouse wheel to orbit, and then I can make it more of a better square because I can see it better. So I click and it makes a flat square. So you can see what I did. I used the rectangle tool and I orbited. I even used the shift key to kind of pan. I went to top view. It's not a perfect square, but it's better than it was. And now we have a flat square. Okay, so your grade will be based on, so far, this. You have a vertical square that's about 6 feet tall, and I guess it's about 6 feet wide as well. Close. Mine's about 5. That's fine. And then a flat one on the ground, also about 6 feet by 6 feet. Okay, awesome. All right, so there's 2 flat squares. Next, I would like you to find the circle tool. It's right here. Circle, looks like a circle. Shortcut is C. Click it once. Over here in the same location, but not touching any of these. I'm going to put mine right here. I'm going to click once and let go. Okay, hands are off the mouse. Now I can move my mouse to the right, to the left, just kind of around. Let's keep everything in this area. So don't go like huge like this, or let's just make it a circle on the ground, any size. I don't care, but not huge. Just, it can be small, it can be medium, it can be big, but don't let it touch the other shapes. And then click. Okay, so, and then you can hit escape. That gets, oh, it doesn't do that. I always think that that's going to change the tool, but it's not. Escape just ends like a line that you're drawing. Okay, so we have a flat circle, flat square, and a vertical square. Nice. What other shapes do we have? Well, let's take a look. I don't see any other shapes here. Rectangles, circle. That's a 3D text. Not really. Let's look at all the tools. Oh, yeah, we have more. Find the pentagon tool. Click it, and I want you to click on the ground. It's just like a circle. Pull out and click to place it. There's a quick little pentagon shape. Let's find out what else there is besides, oh, sorry, polygon, not pentagon. What was I thinking? Polygon. Polygon. We have some interesting shapes, some arcs, some 2-point arcs. Let's try a 2-point arc. Click once, click twice, and move over. Click twice, and then push up. And you can see you can make different kinds of arcs. I would like you to choose one and click. Okay. Now, what's different about that shape? It didn't fill in with a color, right? Yeah, exactly. That's because it's not a filled in shape. So to fix that, we can go to the pencil tool. So do that, pencil tool. and I want you to draw a line between each end and click. Okay, so you have a half of whatever, half a circle, maybe. It's an arc. Okay, it's an arc. Okay, back to the shapes. What else do we have? I'm gonna skip some of them that we just don't use that often. The freehand squiggle, go ahead and click that. And I want you to freehand squiggle something and then make it into a solid shape. Bink, until it turns white. Any shape is fine, but make sure it doesn't touch anything else. So far, everything is not touching. So far, you have a vertical square, a flat circle, a flat polygon, a flat arc, and a flat squiggle. Excellent. Good job. Next up, let's see. And I'm, again, skipping some that we don't use. And I think that's pretty much it for shapes, which is great because now we want to do some fun stuff. So find the push-pull tool. To me, it looks like a pizza box with a red arrow going straight up that says, open me and eat me because I'm hot and cheesy. That is the pizza box. It's called the push-pull tool. Click it. And now let's click on the vertical square. Notice that it turns blue, little blue dots. So also you notice when I look at over on my right side, it brings up, that's because I still have entity information open. If I had something else open or if that was closed, that would not happen. But I had entity info still open. When I roll my mouse over it, it tells me a little bit of information about it, but not super important. So I'm going to close that. All right, so I could either put my mouse on this side or that side. But what I'd like to do and have you do, please, is this is the white side, the outside. It's a good habit to always pull away from the inside. That's a 3D printing thing. If you pull the inside out, it can confuse the 3D printer and it can fail. And we will be 3D printing some stuff, so we want to make sure we do this right. I just want you to pull your square, so click, keep your mouse button down this time, and roll your mouse out. And then stop. I don't want you to cross the red line. I want you to stay here, if you can. Hopefully you were far enough back, and you probably were. And if you weren't, just pull it just a little bit. But it doesn't have to be a perfect cube. I just want you to pull it out a little bit. Okay, all right. Now, let's do the same thing with the circle. I want you to go up about twice the height of tie. So let's go about like that. This square, I want you to go up and make it a perfect square. So try to pull it up about the same. And by the way, I would like you to fix your square. This one, not this one. The second square, the one that was flat on the ground, I want you just to orbit and push or pull every side until you think it is a perfect square. Okay? Next, pull up your squiggle. Half the size of tie. So about 3 feet. Okay, that's kind of cool, right? Polygon. Any height you want. Don't make it crazy high because you're going to take a screenshot here pretty soon. So any height, but just not crazy off the screen. Okay, it could be short. It could be tall. Your choice. And then this half arch thing. Let's make this the same height as tie also. So this is about 6 feet. So, whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, notice, hey, if I push down, see how it turned gray? That's not good. That means it's flipped inside out. So the inside color, gray, is on the outside of the shape. If I sent that to the 3D printer right now, it would fail. It would just be a mess of plastic spaghetti. So we're going to go, what I say on this one? Oh, the height of tie, like that. Okay. So what I have is, let's leave that one alone. All right, so far, a vertical square that was pulled out just a little bit. It's probably not going to be a square anymore, just kind of like a rectangle. It's fine. We have a column that's pulled up twice the height of tie, so about 12 feet. We have a perfect box that you've pushed and pulled until it looked like it was perfect in all sizes and on all sides. This is your squiggle. We're going to pull that up 3 feet roughly. And then the polygon, any height you want is fine. And the half circle, whatever it is, the arc, is also about the size of tie. Now I could probably take a look at tie a little bit closer. Go ahead and do that too. See if you can get your two shapes, this one and that one that I said make them the size of tie. This is a good practice. Shift mouse wheel panning so I can see how tall he is. And it's good practice using the push-pull tool to make those two things about his height. And then remember, this one is about twice as tall as him, so it's about like that. Okay, so there are our shapes. Let's find out how we did with this square. So we're going to go to the dimension tool, and this one is so common. I really need to have this. Honestly, this is probably my top. So the dimension tool, remember dimension lines, where you put a number, like how many inches it is, with two arrows, and then two lines on the edge that show what you're measuring. That's kind of what this symbol is supposed to be. I'm going to click it. I'm going to click on the bottom of my square and the top of my square. So I click, let go, pull my mouse out. Now, if yours came up with feet, that's awesome. If yours did not, like mine, 1,575 millimeters, what is that? How close to 6 feet tall is that? I don't know. So watch and follow. Move your mouse to the right side. Go to the eye with a circle around it. It's the information, modeled information. Click it. It's going to bring up some things that we can change. So length units is what I need to change. So if you have the same problem, click it. We're going to change millimeter to architectural. So they call it architectural. It's feet and inches. Because this is used for architecture so much that that's feet and inches in America, right? So it's architectural. So click it once to change it. While we're here, let me show you these other things. Display precision is like how precise. It's like if you're in math class, how many decimal points do you want to go to? That's what this means. So go ahead and click on that, change that to the maximum, which is 1/32. And then let me explain length snapping. Length snapping is if you want it to automatically stop at every 1/32 inch for you, which might be annoying, but might also be really, really useful. I like length snapping on, but I probably wouldn't do it in 1/32, every 1/32 of an inch. I'll just keep it on 1 inch. Perfect. All right. If you want to close this window, click on this double arrow. Close. Now, mine, 5 feet 2 inches. So remember, I was trying to be 6 feet. I wasn't very close, but don't change it. Don't change it. Don't change it. You're not graded on how accurate you are. I want you to know, I just want you to see how accurate you were. So I was 5 feet 2 tall. How deep was I? So let me explain dimensions. Height is bottom to top. So my height was 5 feet 2 inches. Width is left to right. Depth is front to back. So let's do depth. So again, dimension line, click on a corner, and you can do the top if you want. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing, right? So I'm going to click on the bottom, and then in the back corner, I'm going to make sure it's a green dot. Don't click when it's not a green dot. It's got, because the green dot means you're on the corner. Click, pull out, and you can put this anywhere you want. I like to kind of line it up with this other one, just right here. Boom. All right, so remember my precision, 5 feet 10 inches, 5 feet 10 and 11/32 of an inch. That's how you read that. I think that's too precise. So I'm going to change that back. So I'm going to go over to model information. I'm going to make sure my display precision, closest inch is fine. I mean, that's good. So it's just going to round it. Hey, 510. 510 is good. Okay, so I was not so good. I was off by 8 inches. I made it, and it looks like it. It's 8 inches deeper than it is tall. Next is left to right. So again, dimension line, it's still selected, so you don't have to go click it again. So bottom left, bottom right. You can also do the top. It doesn't matter, but it has to be left to right. All right, so 5 feet 10. Ooh, look at that. Hey, I was pretty good. My width and my depth are exactly the same. To the inch, Mr. Johns. Yes. My height was 8 inches shorter than it should have been. Although my target was 6 feet. So how far was I off? 2 inches. That's pretty good. So I want you to leave your measurements with your attempt, not fixing it. Please don't go fix it. I want to see how close you were. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to grade you off. I just want to see how close you were visually. Okay. Now, could I fix it now? Yes, I could. And there's even a better way to do it than that, which I'll show you later. So what if... Let me show you something here. Let's measure the height of this arc, okay? So to do that, it has to be a straight line, so we can't, and there has to be a line, so you can't do it here. If you wanted to do it here, you would have to draw a line from top to bottom. Make sure it's blue, but you don't have to do that. Why? Because there's a line right here. It's the same thing. So please measure the height of your arc. Click, pull out. I was trying to make it 6 feet. I'm 6 feet 6. And here is what I want to show you instead of doing it on the square. Now go to the push-pull tool. Click it. Make sure this turns into blue dots. Not this, not that, this. And I want you to watch, make sure you can see the dimension line, the dimensions. I want you to pull down until that's 6 feet, or push up, whatever you need to do. I want you to make this 6 feet. Because, right there, because there's a dimension line, we can now move it until it's a specific size, which is awesome. All right, so very cool. Next up, and I think maybe finally for this first lesson, first episode in SketchUp, I would like you to paint. What should we paint? Let's paint your squiggle. Now the squiggle actually has, I think, 3 sides: top, middle, bottom. Okay. So I want you to paint. Now, how do you paint? Well, paint bucket. Look at the paint bucket or find the paint bucket. Click. Now this tool actually opens up options on the right side where I was before with model information. This is called the options toolbar. So if you close it like I just did and you wonder, well, wait, how do I find the colors, the paint? Where is it exactly? You can roll your mouse over things and see. Here's one that says materials. That could be it. It is. And if you're not sure, you can always, let me close that. You can always go back to paint bucket. Bink, it just brings up the materials. So let me explain how to find all the colors and materials. Click on the middle button, which is a box with a magnifying glass with like some painted squares on it. That's what that represents. It's browse. So this brings up all of these cool categories, and this is why people use this for design, because especially architecture, because you can paint things with a grass texture, concrete, wallpaper, roofing, shingles, you know, that kind of thing, carpet, brick. It's just so cool. So your assignment here is to paint the 3 sides with 3 different colors or textures. So the colors are here. These are truly just colors, and there's a bunch of them. See, all the main colors, the whole rainbow there. So if you want one of those, click it, and then click on the part you want to paint. Click, okay? So next, if you want to close it, by the way, it gets really big if you open up all of these. You'll have to scroll and scroll and scroll. So what I like to try to do is close it. This is called a caret. This little up point thing, it's called a caret. Click it, and it closes that category. So I'm going to choose glass and mirrors. I've got these categories, 12. I'm going to click this one. I'm going to click on the middle. So that makes it see-through. Very cool. So that is glass. Obviously useful for windows and things like that. All right, and then all I have is the bottom. So I'm going to close glass and mirrors and go to, I don't know. There's water, but that's too close. Water is too close to glass. I'm going to choose wood. So wood's a cool category. So I'm going to choose this wood pattern and click. Okay, so now I have painted those 3 sides of the squiggle. And then finally, all right, so let me recap. No, let me not recap. Let's do one last thing and then I'll recap. Click on the 3D A, the tilted A. It's 3D text. Click it. Type in your name, first name. I'll type in Mr. Johns though, because I'm Mr. Johns. Type in your first name. If you look at these height and extrusion numbers, there's a font you can change. You can change it from regular to something else sometimes. The height is 1 foot. That's pretty big, but that's probably okay. It's not crazy. I just want to make sure it's not 100 feet because it's going to fill the whole screen. Then we have to shrink it. It's a whole thing. So I think this is good. 1 foot by 6 inches is smallish. So Mr. Johns, click OK. And that was pretty close. So I would like you to put this on this nice side of the flat side of this half circle, arch, whatever arc. I don't know what to call it. 2-point arc is what it's called, so I guess that's what it is. Okay, well, it didn't quite fit. So the last tool I'm going to show you is the scale tool. So please find this one. It's, just a second, let me click to place it. This one right here, which is like it's, by the way, S is the shortcut for scale. It's 2 squares inside of each other with an arrow that shows you can make it bigger. So that should make sense. That's the scale tool. If you click it and then click on any of these green dots, you can scale it. So if it's a corner, listen carefully. If it's a corner dot, it'll keep everything in proportion like that. If it's a middle dot, it can squish it, make it wider, make it skinnier. It does not keep it the same proportion. If you grab a middle dot on the front, it'll pull it out more or push it in more. I can make it disappear. I'm not going to let go of the mouse though, because I want to keep it. Oh, did it? I think I lost it. Oh no, Control Z twice brought it back. See, that's how useful that is. Okay, so I would like you to make your name pulled out just a little bit like that. Make it fit the side. And then I want you to center it, which means I guess I do have to show you one more tool. This one right here, the 4 red arrows, is called Move. Click it once, and then you can move your name around. Try to put it right in the very, very, very center, up and down and left to right. So this way and this way. Just, if you have to move and then rotate your view so you can see, that looks pretty good, right? And let's go ahead and paint. I keep saying that's the last thing. Let's paint your name a color or a texture. I'm going to do mine roofing. Why not? Click. Okay, so there's roofing. And then hit, click on select, and then click on nothing out in the space here. Bink. Okay, so what that does is it unselected your name. And now I would like you to zoom out. So no, let's not do that. Let's use the Find My Stuff tool. Find My Stuff. Boink. Let me close that. So yeah, if you use the Find My Stuff tool, it'll zoom in as close as it can. However, I do want to see your 3. Rotate around, please, so I can see, like, my squiggle is hiding my. What I want is all 3 measurements of your square, your attempted perfect square, and the top of every shape. There we go. So that's what I want to see. Basically, I know I can't see the color on the bottom of your squiggle. I promise. I trust you. You did it. I can see your 3D name, and I can see everything you created. So I want you to take a screenshot using your Chromebook, and then you're going to go to Gmail and compose an email, and you're going to type in my email address, Mr. Johns. No, that's not it. brian.johns@boiseschools.org. And then in the email where you would normally say, hey, Mr. Johns, I love your class, you just Control V. That's paste. Okay, it's going to paste your screenshot into the email and then hit send. And then I will see this on my computer and I can give you an A+ for being awesome. So thanks for following along. I hope that wasn't overwhelming. Hopefully it was a gentle introduction or reminder, if you did this last year, of how to use SketchUp for 3D design. I'll catch you next time. For now, though, Mr. Johns is out.